CYBORG, we back, man. Yo, October 12th, man. October 12th, we got another big one, man. A clash of some of the best brawlers, or some of the best to do it right now in the business, man. We're talking about light heavyweight. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. Two undefeated monsters, man. It's just something real nice to get ready for, man. Something to probably get dressed for if you're that type of boxing fan, man. I don't know. I don't really know how to call this one, man. I'm gonna have to just stick to my guns and go with what I normally do, man. Because this one is a question mark from the top to the bottom, bro. Like, Dmitry Bivol is no joke, bro. This dude, he can hurt you. He can box you. His patience is so fucking extraordinary, man. This guy can put up with all the different styles. He knows how to wear you down. He's never in a hurry to beat the shit out of you. He can just work you like a fucking, you know, like a mason with a fucking single chisel, man. Just keep pounding away, man, until you completely destroyed and you don't even know it's coming, man, because he's like hitting you with that sort of like that drip sessioning, man. Same shit he did to Canelo, man. The way he took his time with Canelo, never got overzealous even when he was controlling the fight the whole time. He never lost sight of the benefit of being patient and being diligent about just chopping that fighter down block by block, you know. But going up against Artur Beterbiev, man, this is something that no one has figured out just yet, man. Just like Dmitry Bivol, nobody's figured him out yet to really crush him and give him that first defeat. It's been worse for a lot of people that's been facing Artur Beterbiev, man, because Beterbiev, this motherfucker ain't just patient. He's fucking durable as hell, and this motherfucker hit like he got Thor in both his hands, man. This motherfucker ain't got no respect for your face. He ain't got no respect for your bone structure. He don't give a fuck what you made of, man. All he come through is like a fucking tank, bro, and just pound away, and everything he hit break down, man. The beating he put on Callum Smith before, I almost felt bad for Callum Smith, man. Normally, I expect certain dudes to just go in there and just get hurt and just, you know, walk off into the fucking night and lick their wounds, man. But I was like, damn, man, the beating he put on Callum Smith, it was wicked, man. Callum Smith just like, and you know, shout out to Callum Smith for not quitting on his own. But his corner had good enough fucking sense to say, hey, fuck what you thinking about, man. We ain't gonna watch you die tonight, motherfucker. Not on our watch. This fight is over. So Beterbiev got his ass in that corner, man. And every time he tightened him up on the ropes, man, Callum Smith didn't have a fucking prayer in heaven, bro. The only other motherfucker that I think Beterbiev did, you know, even worse than that, because the Callum Smith session that shit was terrible, man. But what he did to Joe Smith, that Smith last name was taking an ass whooping when they fucked with Beterbiev, man. So Joe Smith from I think Joe Smith, he from New York, he from Long Island, man. So you know, a lot of us was rooting for this dude, man, because he was fighting pretty good. But like, you know, as a boxing fan, man, you know, I do try to lend a little support to the New Yorkers. You know, Berlanga just had a fight, but when it comes to Berlanga and Canelo, you know, I like Berlanga, but I'm still a Canelo fan. But overall, I'm mostly just a boxing fan. You know what I mean? So I want to see the fighter I like best. Do they best work? You know what I mean? So I wasn't really like, you know, if I had to make a call, which I did, I took Canelo. I said Canelo's gonna whoop his ass. I just thought Canelo was gonna actually knock him out. He knocked him down. He didn't knock him out. But and with Joe Smith, when he went up against Beterbiev, I thought it would be an interesting fight because Joe Smith does have a good box game. You know, he reminds me a little bit of like Chris Algieri a bit, who's also a New Yorker. But Algieri is more like a little more technical than Joe Smith. The thing I like about Joe Smith is that he can go wild, you know, in the middle of shit. This motherfucker knows how to throw hands, like he can rough shit up. So I thought between the mix of his, you know, the balance of his boxing ability and his willingness to like mix it up on like a little bit of more roughhousing, I thought he would give Beterbiev something to work for, because Beterbiev, you know, he's gotten away like, you know, for a light heavyweight, he's gotten away with some serious heavyweight type of success. Meaning, a lot of heavyweight fighters, man, they don't really have to chase you around a lot. These motherfuckers, once they corner you or catch you, and they lay them hands on you, you gotta be made of something like, you know, extremely thorough, in order to not get broken down, you know, very quickly by them. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, every heavyweight generally has that boxer's, that puncher's chance. Well, Beterbiev has all of that, man. This motherfucker got like a crazy endurance. He's always super fit. I ain't never seen this motherfucker with so much as a fucking love handle, man. This motherfucker always come in ripped, ready for war. And when he hits you, bro, it's like he's holding a secret or some shit, man. It's like it looks like a bigger person is hitting that fighter. It literally looks like a bigger person is hitting that fighter, man. Like you just can't understand how strong this motherfucker is, man. But Dmitry Bivol, I think, is probably gonna win this fight, man. I just don't know for sure. It's a question mark all the way through, because Beterbiev, if he catches you, yo, it's a wrap, bro. I don't care. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody that could take the punch. You can't really train to take too much damage, you know what I mean? So, like, especially headshots, you know, shots to the jaw and shit like that. So I don't know what Bivol can do to prepare for the ruggedness of that contact that Beterbiev is going to propose, right? But at the same time, Bivol got so much shit in his toolbox that Beterbiev, he's going to have to, like, literally beat this motherfucker up at all costs, man. Like, it doesn't matter. He's going to have to do something, like, more creative, I think, with Bivol, because guys like Callum Smith, guys like Joe Smith, one thing they do that Bivol doesn't do is they come forward almost just like by default. Like, there's not a lot of strategy in the way these guys like maneuver forward. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers, they're just like more like you know, they're just more ready to fight, not box. You know what I mean? And Bivol, he's a little more technical, man. He has the ability to beat you up if he wants to, but he is so technique oriented. He's so like disciplined. He's so patient. He's so like fucking like third eye type of vision. Like, he really sees what's going on in the fight to know what the right fight plan is at the moment. So he doesn't subscribe to a one-way type theory. Like, this motherfucker is like open-minded throughout the course of the whole fight. So he's constantly measuring the temperature and seeing where the new hot spot is, you know what I mean? And he keeps adjusting, but very subtly and very slightly. So you don't even notice that he's catching on to your shit as much as he is, you know? Until at the end of the fucking, you know, by the 9th round, you done lost 8 of those 9 rounds. And that's what Bivol's like, man. So, I mean, I don't think this is going to be a situation where anyone has to be concerned about the fitness of the fighters. Because, you know, some fighters, they come in one matchup, these motherfuckers are super ready. You know what I mean? Their conditioning is like superb. And then on another fight, depending on who they matching up with, these motherfuckers be acting like they could just come in there and just, you know, go on cruise control and actually win the fight. And then they end up losing or getting shocked or getting upset or maybe like finding the path to victory was a lot more stressful than it should have been had they been more fit and more serious about their conditioning, you know? But these two guys, I don't think we're gonna have a question about conditioning, man. I don't think these guys are gonna take a back seat on making sure they're ready for war, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I think Bivol is not gonna be too overwhelmed by the power of Beterbiev, simply because Beterbiev is gonna have a similar detractor as what Danny Garcia faced the other night with Erisan de Lara, which is that in the process of trying to cut off the ring or stop the fighter so that you can plant your feet and do all the punching that's necessary to exert your power and really do what's comfortable for you. You're not gonna have that opportunity because you're not. It's not where your prowess lies. You know what I mean? Like Danny Garcia is very flat-footed. It's hard to catch a guy like Erislandy Lara. Now Lara is a lot faster and a lot more, you know, lithe on his feet than Bivol. However, I think it's gonna look very similar when you've got Beterbiev, who also comes forward a lot. He doesn't really move left and right much, and he hasn't really had to cut off the ring on a lot of people. He can generally walk the person down and take care of business that way, because a lot of the fighters that he's faced, they've already given up the part of the chase, so they're coming forward already. So all Beterbiev has to do is kind of meet them in the middle and then back them up and then break them down. Problem with Bivol is a more like he's gonna approach you from more like a triangular type of manner. He's gonna work his laterals. He's gonna pivot more. He's gonna come forward when that makes sense. He's gonna fight you, in a bladed style, keeping his distance and measuring you the whole time. This guy doesn't really suffer from the overcommitment to any particular way of fighting you. He looks ordinary sometimes the way he fights, but all he's doing is adapting to what's necessary in order to maintain pressure and maintain his advantage on the other fighter. So he looks ordinary because that's part of his skill set, is to make subtle adjustments that don't alarm the fighter and don't entice the fighter to make more dramatic adjustments on their end. So he's kind of lulling them to sleep by not saying too much, just switching up just enough to creep in there and whoop a little bit more ass. You know what I mean? So between the two, man, I really like Beterbiev. I like Bivol a lot, but I think I'm gonna go with the guy that I just feel is gonna be a little more sophisticated, because there's no question of fitness, there's no question of discipline. I think these guys can both go 12 rounds easy with each other. It's just that I think Bivol is gonna score more points. And for the first time, you're gonna see Beterbiev actually having to use his feet a lot more to get something done. Because Bivol's not gonna be standing there like some fucking Braveheart trying to just go to blows with a guy that any fool can tell is a lot stronger than he probably supposed to be. This motherfucker just got fucking, like I said, he got Thor in both of the motherfucking hands, man. And Bivol got power, but Bivol is gonna be the boxer for that night, man. So it is what it is, man. That's October 12th, yo. Check that fight out, man, because this is definitely gonna be a good one, man. I don't know how technical it's gonna be made, but I think Bivol's definitely gonna, he's gonna come in as the technician. I think Beterbiev, though, if he put hands on Bivol, Bivol gonna have some trouble. So Bivol is gonna have to really control the pace, and he's gonna have to navigate how he allows Beterbiev to fight, because you can't let him in, man. If this motherfucker gets in there, he's too strong. He'll overwhelm you. And I think Bivol is the faster guy. I think he's got better footwork because he uses it more, and he's got more in his toolbox. But that power from fucking Beterbiev is just fucking deafening, man. This motherfucker hits you. Your body parts ain't made to take that type of fucking damage, man. It's like automatic suffering. So you can't put your body through that shit. This motherfucker gotta evade this motherfucker, hit this motherfucker, get in, get the fuck out. Do what the fucking Mosley's coach used to tell him. Not that's coach, but his trainer. Nassim Richardson. Forgetting his last name, but he used to tell Mosley, you got to go in there and you got to swim without getting wet. See what I'm saying? Swim without getting wet. That's what the fuck Bivol's gonna have to do, because if he get wet, man, he ain't gonna be getting wet by no little light water. That's gonna be like a fucking ice block crashing down on his ass. That's the only wetness he's gonna get, is a block of fucking ice, cold ass Beterbiev ice on his ass. So it is what it is, man. October 12th, tune into that motherfucking fight, man. I'll do a follow-up video, see how it goes, man. But my prediction for now, man, I definitely think it's gonna be a tight fight, but I'm gonna take the boxer over the puncher, man. I'm going with Bivol, and let's see what happens. Check y'all next time. Peace.